So they were on their way, and of course we've heard today about the story of how they got in with Codemasters, how Dizzy came about, how they had some wonderful success with nearly all the games they wrote. They wrote games for big studios like Disney, like what was it? The big film studios with the lion. MGM. They wrote for MGM because all the big film companies were now starting to have a branch of writing video games because they saw the future of this art form, because it is an art form and it was going to be as good as cartoons and pictures in due course. And let me say that they've done wonderfully well over the years. They've had up to over 200 people working for them when they had Blitz games. They had an honorary doctorate awarded to them by Coventry University about 8 years ago, because, as Philip mentioned during his talk today, when they started there were hardly any universities doing computer courses with an emphasis on games. I think there were about 2 when they started. There are now 150.
And I think too, the twins saying that when young people came out of university, they hadn't really schooled them in the way that was applicable to what the industry wanted of them. So they advised them, I think, on the course.
Coventry University, amongst others, they would go and lecture. They would travel the country. Another one was Glasgow, that one of the first that did video games degrees, and they were very willing to do this and to give advice, because, as my wife said, as Jenny said, they would take people from university who had no experience of actually writing games. They read a university course. They don't teach you to write a game, not in the latest language, and being able to then go on to other languages, because technology was changing so rapidly. And so they got this honorary degree, which we were very proud of. So they got their degree.
They didn't have to do the course
after
for
all.
it. Whereas the other siblings did.
Which when you take into account that their brothers and sister all went to university and did it the hard way, they got an honorary degree, and we were invited to meet the Chancellor and have afternoon tea with everyone. It was fantastic. And had a front seat in the Coventry Cathedral where they had the graduation. It was wonderful.
Could you say that about, I remember